All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back to another video. This was a special request by one of my subscribers. You know who you are. If you guys have any other suggestions, please leave it in the comments below or DM me. I'll be happy to make a video about whatever topic you want. But today we're going to be talking about gym anxiety, the real reasons people freeze up, why starting is sometimes harder than lifting. Because a lot of times we think that lifting is the hardest part, but more often than not, starting is harder. Because just to make the first step is the hardest step sometimes. And we're going to talk about that today. First, the silent battle. The battle within that most people don't talk about or you don't know about unless you experience it. So most people are not afraid, they're not scared of the weights. They're scared of looking like they don't belong. Because us as humans, we have a whole desire to belong, to be a part of a group, of a clan, to feel included. And off rip, just if you're new to the gym, you're not part of the crowd, the environment, the community, automatically you're going to be intimidated until you integrate yourself and get yourself accustomed to who's who and get yourself more situated. So inside, you have this voice in your head that's like, oh, damn, I don't know who these people are. What's going on? Do I know what I'm doing? All that jazz. So people are scared of looking like they don't belong. And that alone makes it even harder just to get inside of the gym. Fear of being judged. People fear of other people watching them. But they think, since they're doing anything that they're doing bad, subconsciously, they just think other people are watching them. And more often than not, no. But people are watching you regardless of where you are. So what I like to tell people is whether you go out in the grocery store, whether you're at work, no matter where you're at, someone's always looking at you. And there's nothing really you can do about it. So once you realize you cannot control that, to me, it makes it a lot more freeing to do that. It makes it more freeing to be able to get yourself comfortable because you cannot you cannot control who looks at you at any second. So there's no need to really worry about it. All you can do is worry about yourself and do the best you can. The fear of being a form of their form being wrong. Now, hey, that's normal. Happens to the best of us. Still happens to me. The thing is, we don't start off knowing everything right the first time. So fearing that your form is wrong is understandable. However, we don't all start off doing perfect form. So just you fearing it, I understand, but it's not the end of the world. Being the new person, like I said, being in a new environment, you're not adapted. So automatically that's gonna makes most of us anxious. The reality is though, nobody is thinking about you. They're too worried about themselves, especially in a place like a gym where everyone's worried about how they look. So the same fear that you have, others have it too. 99% of people in there have that same fear, at least 90% plus. How they show it or not show it varies, but they all have it. And you'll be surprised. Some of the best looking people have that same fear that you have of, people thinking about them, watching them, judging their every move. And hey, someone is watching them. They might catch it, but more often than not, they don't catch it. So again, overall, there's really no point. At the end of the day, look, whether they judge you or not says a lot about them and their character. So you're here, you are making the best out of it. So there's other people that are not here that never make it to the gym. So you're already a step ahead. So there's no reason to really worry about that because it's out of your control. Not knowing what to do. Again, we don't know everything the first day. So what machine do I use? How many reps do I do? Is my form right? These are all valid questions. The tip is have a simple workout plan. Just to even get in, just have a simple, super basic workout plan because that will make your life easier, less stress, and it will get you integrated into the gym before you start doing complicated stuff. So, what machine do you use? You don't know that. So, hey, get an orientation with a personal trainer who's gonna show you how everything works. Watch videos online, do your research. So, take your time and do your research, or you can get an orientation and get guided so you can start faster. You can do either or. So but there's no way, there's no reason to just go there and confuse yourself and possibly hurt yourself. And there's trial and error also. How many reps you do, million rep ranges. Is my form right? Over time, you're gonna get your form better. So you never start every single exercise with the right form. That's impossible. So yeah, request an orientation or sign up for a few sessions with a personal trainer to get you situated. Absolutely. A couple sessions, 4 or 6 sessions, that's plenty to get yourself acclimated to a good plan, a good structure. That way you can get yourself started. And people always say trainers and sessions are very expensive. But if you look at what they spend their money on in general, on stupid things like snacks and drinks, pointless events, they spend way more than that than on a personal training session. But they'll sit here and tell you that that's expensive. It's all about perspective. You could pay for a few sessions, learn a lot, and again, that will carry you over till forever if you take your time and apply and understand and learn what the trainer is telling you. But again, 90% of people, 99% of people do not listen or follow. It's an investment in yourself, so why be afraid of doing it? Yeah. People are afraid to invest in themselves, but they invest in pointless things that don't matter in the near future. They don't really understand delayed gratification. They want instant gratification. So you investing in yourself is delayed gratification. And you get way more than what you paid for in the long run if you invest in some sessions or even if you get a free orientation. You just have to know how to make the best of it and be consistent. To not knowing what to do, that's like another fear that people have. And again, we don't all start off professionals. So keep that in mind. Feeling weak. Comparing yourself to the next man, the next woman. Feeling embarrassed because you're using light weights. I mean, again, the only person you should be comparing yourself to is the person you were yesterday. So sitting here comparing yourself to someone who's been here longer than you is pointless because where you're at, your day one, was this person's day one 5 years ago. So you cannot expect to be where he's at 5 years later right now. It doesn't make sense. And guess what? In 5 years, when you get accustomed to this and you're very good at this, there will be a new you that comes in with the same fear of feeling weak next to you. I hope that makes sense, because that makes perfect sense to me. Yeah, comparing yourself. I mean, it's okay to compare yourself to get motivated and have like a standard and, to get yourself in the gym and stay consistent. But when you're comparing yourself and it turns into a negative thing, then it's not good. That could demotivate you. So keep that in mind. Yeah, being embarrassed because you're using light weights. Again, we don't start off benching 135 off rip. We all start with the bar. We all start with the empty bar. You barely push the bar. You're thinking the bar doesn't weigh anything, but it weighs 45 pounds. So you're pushing it, can't push it. But every week, you get right under the bar and push it and push it and push it and push it. The difference is the successful ones did not give up. They didn't give up. They stayed the course. And in this game, you need to be consistent. If you're not consistent, you're not going to win this. So you're better off being consistent. Starting, knowing that every day is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be ideal all the time. But if you stay consistent and delayed gratification, you will get to your goal. I promise you. So the fear of feeling weak and having anxiety because of that, again, easier said than done, but you just have to shift your mind to where it doesn't really affect you that much, Because again, you're lifting 20, someone lifting 50, there's someone that's lifting 10. That's probably looking at you like, damn, he's lifting 20s or she's lifting 20s. So, yeah, you'd be surprised. You most likely motivate some other people too. Because again, they do watch you. So I can't tell you how many times when I was on my weight loss journey, how people would just come up to you and be like, hey man, I'm watching you. Keep going. It's like, I've never seen you a day in my life. How the hell do you know who I am? Because they're paying attention. So yeah. Or, some of the smaller guys, you're putting on some weight. You can, it's noticeable. There's going to be at least one person in there that will compliment you more often than not, if you stay the course and consistent enough. And again, even sometimes you can silently motivate these people and they never talk to you, but they see you. And again, you being consistent keeps them there, whether it's in a negative or positive way. So feeling weak, again, we all start off weak. Believe me, we don't all start off freaks of nature. We all start off weak. The main thing about this is getting stronger. You could only get stronger. So what's there to fear? Next, the physical space anxiety. Yeah, this one hits home. Being in a crowded gym. Yeah, nobody likes being in a crowded gym. Sometimes it's cool when you're by the dumbbell section, everyone's going after it, it's fun. But more often than not, you need your ball space. Not familiarizing yourself with the gym yet. So if you're not familiar with the gym yet, that is even a bigger deal. But once you familiarize yourself with it, like I said, you know some of the people, you integrate yourself, you get a good grip of where everything is, the crowded gym isn't really gonna affect you that much. You have your little spots, you know where some of the weights are, you can maneuver in and out quickly. But again, that takes time. And again, you start somewhere. It's not something that's just gonna happen magically. Not wanting to ask for equipment that you want to use. Oh, that's a big one. It happens to all of us still to this day. Someone's using a machine and they're taking too long. Hey, how many sets you got? There's nothing they can do to you. That's a fair question, especially if you watch them and they're not using it like they should. They're on their phone, they're using three, four things, and it's a packed gym, things of that nature. So yeah, be like, hey, how many sets you got? Do you mind if we work together? Now, some people don't mind, some people do mind because they're bougie, but either way, you know, they need to know that this equipment is not just for one person. So, you know, feeling as if you're in the way, like you're in the way of people. It's like, no, you're there for yourself. So you can't worry about you being in the way of other people. Because I guarantee you, they're not worried about if they're in your way. They're there for themselves, for their own reasons. So you feeling like you're in their way, hey, yeah, I'm in your way, you're in my way. We're all here to make ourselves better. So that's that. There's nothing else to it. Always remember, you're not here for them. You are here for yourself. Again, you're here for yourself. So go there, get stuff done, and leave. It's like work. Go there, get stuff done, and leave. There's no need to. Now, again, you could stay, socialize with friends, things like that. However, more often than not, when you get to the gym, you're there to work out, not to spend 5 hours there talking with friends. Social dynamics next. Intimidating groups, like a group of guys, jack guys, or a group of beautiful ladies. You know, don't worry too much about them. Again, just like the last point, you are here for you. So, yeah, there are a lot of good looking people at the gym, a lot of not so good looking people at the gym. It's like everyday life. So, group or not, that has nothing to do with you. You know, maybe you feel like one of them, whatever. Again, I understand. But again, the groups are not there for you. They're there for themselves. Clearly, there's their community. So don't worry too much about them. You are here for yourself to get stuff done for you, to make yourself better. And that's the bigger picture here I want you guys to see. Influencers recording. Yeah, that's a big one. Just let them do their thing, man. If they're not like too in your face where they're like invading your space just to record you, let them do their thing. Because again, they're there to help themselves, help their business, and possibly help you. So it also, again, it varies on the individual. I'm not saying some of them are not douchebags, but again, that they also, people that complain about that, my thing is, when you go to Publix, at the grocery store, anywhere, you get recorded all the time. Most facilities have cameras. So you worrying about yourself getting recorded in the background of a video in this day and age, 2025, 2026, that's dead. Yeah, or you get recorded off the street. Someone's recording a picture, taking a picture, recording a video. If you're walking by the city with tall buildings, people just record, and you never know whose camera, whose shot you're in. Believe me, you never know. And more often than not, you'll never know. So there's nothing really you can do about it. So let them do their thing, and you do your thing. Gym rules. Follow them and enjoy the environment. Simple as that. Enjoy the environment. You can make some new friends, interact with some of the dailies that you see every day. You nod your head, fist bump, and over time you create a community of individuals that are like-minded, and again, it will make you feel significantly better. Another tip is put on your headphones and your simple workout plan, like I said earlier, and get after it. Believe me, they'll get rid of most of that quick, because you're there with a purpose. You go there, in, out, done. And what you find is, more often than not, when you do that, you'll attract a lot more people to you, because they're like, man, based on the respect level or some of the hate level. Either way, that's what's going to happen. Next, body insecurity. Feeling as if everyone is watching you. Yes, feeling like everyone is watching you. Again, yeah, people are watching you, but at the end of the day, you are here for yourself, not for everybody. So don't worry too much about it. Not wearing the coolest fits. Again, you're not here to wear the coolest fits. Yeah, it's nice. You can wear cool fits, but that's not the main goal here. You're here to work out, get yourself situated. So worrying about looking cool, we could worry about looking cool after. You can get some cool fits, take some nice pictures, film yourself, do your thing. But that's not the main thing you go to do at a gym. Again, wear some nice, simple clothes. You look good. Everyone looks good. That's it. The gym is where effort earns respect. And we learn to better ourselves. So yeah, when you go there, you give it your all. You gain some respect, and you learn to better yourself. So automatically, worry about that. Then everything else comes after. Because people respect when you work hard. And now follow that with some cool fits. Guess what? You're always gonna have eyes on you. And that in and of itself will make you feel better overall. And you'll get rid of your anxiety. Hell, you might even get more anxiety. I'm not gonna lie to you. But more often than not, if you're there, you're putting in work, you're hitting your machines right, your form, your workout's good, and you look good, and the environment is good. Some people, they know you, they respect you, they like you. It's like a little community that makes you feel safe. So last point is, no one is ever evenly symmetrical. Never. No matter how hard we try, no one is ever perfectly symmetrical. All we try to do is right imperfections. That's it. We can look close to symmetrical as possible, but individually being perfectly symmetrical is almost impossible. So you worrying about that is like pointless. You go to everyday life, you have one hand that's more dominant, things like that. One muscle that looks a little bit bigger than the other one. Your point is to try to, make them as evenly as possible. Because again, bodybuilding is an illusion. So keep that in mind. Yes, using the wrong machines. Confusing attachment. So confusing attachments, cords, ropes, chains, all of that. Again, machine diagrams are lifesavers. So you can watch some videos, learn how to use them. A lot of these machines have codes, scanning codes that you could click on it and it'll take you to the website of these machines. Can you have YouTube? You have an orientation with a personal trainer. So all of that, you have a lot of tools to help you. So this ain't the 50s or 60s where there was only a few people that knew certain things. There's so many, there are so many tools that are accessible to us these days that there's no reason to give up or not start or even have this fear. Because again, you could use the wrong machine today and use the right one tomorrow. Or you could use this machine and like it and get better at it. And now it becomes your favorite. You never know. So that's something that, you shouldn't really. I understand why you're worried about it, but at the end of the day, again, we don't all start off knowing everything right away. Yeah, asking for help. Oh, I don't want to bother the staff. I don't want to look clueless. And it's like, yeah, I don't want to look clueless, but I don't want to bother the staff. So what do? Just freeze up? Ask your friend. Go with your friend, your family member. Hey, someone who is using it right next to you. You can make some good friends out of it, some good relationships out of it. Like, hey, I saw you using that machine. What is it for? What were you doing? And if they're being an ass, kick rocks. There's another person that will be more than happy to help you. So, I don't want to look clueless. Hey, again, we don't all start off looking, being professionals. So I not wanting to look clueless is, again, it's all in your head. All in your head. The trainers love easy questions. Yeah, hey, most of us love helping you guys. We're here to help you, so there's no reason to not ask. Again, you get some free advice here and there, but also, again, if you want an orientation, that'll be even better. And overall, that investment in yourself, you cannot beat it. So, and again, the more you invest in yourself, the more you'll know. So use it wisely. People being rude, loud lifters, equipment hogs, clicks. Most lifters are helpful. The loud lifters, again, put your headphones in. Don't worry about them. Equipment hogs, hey, how many sets do you have? Everyone's on a time crunch, so do not be afraid to ask them, because the people that are hogging, there are a lot of them there. Be like, hey, ask the staff member to explain to them the rules. You cannot be spending more than a certain amount of time on certain machines. They're on their phone, things of that nature. Because again, the equipment is there for everybody. So we all should understand that and follow accordingly. The clicks, again, these are not your friends. Hell, you might become friends with them, but don't worry about them. There's clicks everywhere. That's life. Go there, do your thing, leave. Again, most lifters you meet are helpful, decent human beings. So not much really to worry about. The real root of the gym anxiety equals unfamiliar environment plus comparison plus perfection pressure. Again, that's normal, that's natural, we're all that way. Then unfamiliar environment and comparison, that's a big one, and perfection pressure. We all have the pressure to be perfect, which is impossible. But again, just come in, show up, do your thing, be consistent, and guess what? You will get results. You will be better than you were the day before. At the end of the day, that's what matters. That's what we want. And if you do all of those things, you will be happy with the results, guaranteed. In life, we are never going to be in a familiar environment all of the time. That's true. So we can adapt or be left behind. That's a real truth for you. We're never going to be in a familiar environment all the time. So the quicker we can adapt and get situated, the better it will be for you and me and everybody else. So in this case, it'll be better for you. So if you start a new job, go to a new school, go to a new state, go to a new country, it's not a familiar environment, but the quicker you can adapt to it, the better the experience will be for you. So keep that in mind. You already have that in your head before you even step into that gym or wherever you're going, whatever it is that gives you the anxiety. The final message is anxiety goes away. 90% of it goes away, but progress stays. So if you go there, you make progress, it will stay, it will show. If you stay consistent, it will show. And again, 99% of people, once they progress and they start getting situated, they make some connections, friends, they're in a good community, most of the anxiety goes away. Most of them, guaranteed. The more we progress and get accustomed to it, most of this fear and anxiety will go away.
Yep.
So keep that in mind. Again, if you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, peace.